I was binging on your content before going to bed. I was like, you're so hilarious and authentic. It's very refreshing that you like, I feel awkward, but I am gonna do it no matter what. And I think that's inspiring. I do a lot of things despite my fears. That's called courage. And we discussed before, sitting and talking that doing things despite how you feel awkward or fearful, that's super cool. So I think we share that, being immigrants and doing things despite feeling awkward or scared. Your kindness, generosity, how you approach and share and offering to record, do whatever. I think that forms that trust so quickly. Recently, this is our first hour together and we already feel like we know each other.
Hi guys, you guys have seen me before in my Instagram, Shamak in USA. As you all know, I started my new series, Out of Syllabus with Shamak. I bought another interesting thing. You guys ask me every time that how do you only get all the girls? So here I got a girl she came specifically from California to State College, just to meet me. So let's ask her who she is and let's get to know her a little bit more. I'm here with
Christina Subbotina, and I'm a startup lawyer.
She's a lawyer. So I need to be a little bit slow. I cannot be super fast because, if I'm very fast, that she can just file a case upon me and get me in jail. So Christina, can you tell a little bit about yourself, that where are you from and that why did you actually choose to meet me?
So I'm originally from Russia. I came to the United States 10 years ago to study law at USC. And over almost a decade, I've been a corporate lawyer representing startups throughout their life cycle from formation to exit. And this weekend, I spent in New York City, and my friend, content creator, posted a story with you, and he called you legend. So I was binging on your content before going to bed. I was like, you're so hilarious and authentic. It's very refreshing that you like, I feel awkward, but I am gonna do it no matter what. And I think that's inspiring. I do a lot of things despite my fears. That's called courage. And we discussed before, sitting and talking that doing things despite how you feel awkward or fearful, that's super cool. So I think we share that, being immigrants and doing things despite feeling awkward or scared.
So one thing, if you guys noticed, she just mentioned that we both are immigrants. So that's one thing very common with both of us. And also, I would attach her Instagram because she's a content creator. And I was very impressed with the content she makes because in future, I'm planning to start a business. So I wanted to get her on the podcast that she can also help you guys identify how to start a business, because she's a lawyer and she knows better than all of us. So let's get an understanding from her that what she do and why she specifically came into the content creation and more.
Yeah, I started creating content because in my experience, almost a decade as a lawyer, I realized one thing all of the founders have. They don't know they have a problem until they have a problem. And only then they start hiring lawyers. But at that point, a lot of costly mistakes are made, relationships destroyed, and sometimes founders lose their companies. So what I started doing, I started posting legal horror stories like I'm a founder, because I'm also a founder. I started my own full stack AI law firm. But first of all, I'm a lawyer. So I started sharing most common costly mistakes founders make. And those videos became viral. They get 10 million views, 7, 5. One of my videos recently got 5 million views. And these are the most common mistakes founders make when they start a company. They don't have vesting schedule, for example, or they mess up H3B election, QSBS, all of these fancy words that you as a founder need to understand. Or there is like a founder dispute and you didn't paper up stock issuance, for example, an IP assignment. All of these things can destroy a company. And also when you negotiate with investors, I'm sure you will have investors on your cap table, and the way how you build your cap table, how you give equity, like slices of pizza in your pie, that determines your success. And as a first-time founder, immigrant, you might not know how things are done, and you might not know the fancy words and the consequences. So I break down complex legal things in a way that you understand, because your life depends on those legal things.
That's pretty interesting. And because we are meeting for the first time, we understood what you do and what your business is. Are you not curious who I am because you never met me before? You don't know who I am. So I'm passing the mic to her. Let's see what Christina wanna ask me, and let's get the other way around, because every time you guys see, I get the guest and I ask the question to the guest. But this podcast is because this is a different. So let's hand over this mic to Christina and let's see what's her opinion is and what she wanna know about me.
Yes. Thank you, Shamak. I think the most important question that I had when I just watched your Instagram was like, this guy is amazing, authentic. And my first question, are you for real? Do you have a strategy behind your content, or you just, this is me?
For me, it's like not like I have a strategy or something. I focus mainly on what I do in my real life.
Do you want to hold it?
Yes. So like I do whatever I do in my real life. So I just present it to my audience. I don't like stage a content. So let's say I met you. So I would just upload a picture that I met Christina, but I would not like post a content which I just staged somewhere. Yeah. That's like myself about me.
Yeah, I confirm. We met organically. He just posted on a story, hey, I'm in New York, who wants to collab? And I was like, I'm in New York, I want to collab. And I think we just started from a genuine conversation, human to human. And we realized we share a couple of values, like being immigrants, and then being content creators. And another thing that we shared, and I really love that about you, I want to learn how you got to that principle that I think would make you extremely successful at the top of the world. And that principle is give first, playing long-term infinite games with infinite people. So like for context, guys, we have approximately the same amount of followers on Instagram, but he is incredible. He's achieved that in the first 2 months, while this is my second year, so I'm definitely not an overnight success, but he is. And I actually didn't know about that. So like that's not the reason why I'm here. I learned it from you, and your kindness, generosity, how you approach and share and offering to record, do whatever. I think that forms that trust so quickly. Recently, this is our first hour together. And we already feel like we know each other because we also watch the content. But I'm curious how you got to that conclusion while you're only 20 years old. That is very mature of you.
I would say like I have a lot of friends who are seniors. Like as you mentioned that you have a 10-year experience in the law firm. The same way, most of my friends are in different fields and categories. So that's where I learn a lot of things from them. I'm a person who says that I learn things first and then do the things. So that's the reason if I meet someone, I never see either he has a follower or not. So I see if the person is valuable or not. If the person is actually valuable, I try to gain something from him. I never run behind what people just show to that. As you mentioned, like you just saw my content on the night when Varun posted about me. So when you met me, you would tell me better, like, did you feel the same thing? You felt different? So I try that I need to be the same person behind the camera and in front of the camera.
Yeah. So I think definitely the impression that you're very authentic and your own person is. Are you sure you want water? Good.
Actually, I have size. That's why.
Okay. So yeah, impression authenticity is the same. I think I got to find out that you're deeper, that you're very mature, you have this wisdom that it almost feels like, where is it coming from? So I think you're very mature for your age, and what you're doing right now, again, it took me many years to come to that realization that in this life, it's only worth it to do what you love. It's only worth it to do it with good people. You gotta give first. All of these things came to me through life experience, and I think you are just, 14 years behind, ahead of me. Did you learn it from your dad? So did you come from rich family, with like cultured rich family? What was your background? Because I came from below, how to say, like the mid class, below mid, lower mid. I came from low mid class in Russia. So a lot of the things that I've learned are from books and experience. I'm just very curious, where did you learn those things? Books, people, like literally, where did you learn that you gotta prioritize that the person is kind and only then you do business with them?
So for me, most of the things which I learned was from my mom, because she is the person who gave everything in her life to me. She contributed her life to me, and even today, if I take any decision, big decision, she's the person I call and take decision. If she said me no, it means that it's a no. There is no second thought that I'm thinking that, okay, I might do it. No. If she said no, it's a no.
Would she ever say no?
She had a lot of times, like giving an example. So when I got following, a lot of people encouraged me. So every single year, because in universities we have a student government. So in the student government, a lot of people encouraged me to stand as a president. So I asked my mom that should I stand for the president. So she just said me, I don't want my child to go into the politics and get more enemies, and instead of making good friends, because when you run for something which is not good, is not a good approach. And she said me strictly no. I didn't ask her second time that why she's saying no, and now I realized that it was a good decision, because I didn't run for that. So now there were the people who were running behind, and the people, because if I'm against of some person, then even their followers and their friends are against me. As we say, A is good friend with B, it means A is also good friend with C. So the same thing was for me. So my mom said me no, so it's strictly no for me.
So yeah, politics is a zero-sum game. Someone has to lose in order to win. I agree with you, but also your parents, as you told me, were against you creating content, and here you are creating content. How come?
My parents are a little bit like, we are from a very much like a conservative family. So they, in India, like we don't like to shoot content and stuff, because sometimes, like for an example, you saw that a lot of times I have a picture with girls in general. My parents don't like that very often, because they, like for an example, I didn't got an internship this summer. Not because I didn't have a good computer skills, it's because like I'm a freshman, sophomore, and during that time a lot of company doesn't offer you a internship. But a lot of time my mother didn't ask me that why didn't you got the internship. She just asked me that, is it because you had posted a lot of pictures with girls you didn't got the internship? I cannot explain her that that doesn't matter, because it's America and that's how the culture is already here. So people enjoy that, people doesn't hate that. But my parents have that question a lot of time, that is it because of that you didn't got the internship? And I'm never able to make them understand that it's not the case.
Okay, what kind of internship you didn't get again?
So I'm a computer science student, so I was looking for a software engineering internship.
Okay, but come on, you are so much more than a software engineer right now, and you want to be a business person, build businesses. You're very smart and talented, and you told me that you don't want to go and be a software engineer just as a profession. So why do you need that? Or you no longer want, because now you love what you do and you want to create content, you want to create businesses. Now you're not going to even pursue the internship. Did I get it right?
I would say that's not the case for me. So for me, values are very important. So even I want to do a business after I graduate from the college. I want to do a job. Like for an example, if someone is an influencer, they will not do a part-time job in like common desk or a dining. But even though I had this following, I still worked in the common desk in Penn State, where I used to get packages, scanning out the packages to the students. The reason why I did that was not because I was like doing it for doing it, is because I was getting a lot of values. Like as you mentioned that I'm an immigrant, I'm not from United States. So my English was not that good when I came here. Like good, but like the accent was not good. Like people can understand what I'm saying. So because of working there, I was able to get my English better, able to talk in a way that people can understand what I'm talking. So people doesn't understand the other perspective. Why should you do side jobs or other thing? The reason why they do is because of money. For me, I think in the other way. My aim is simple. If I do something and I come back home at the night, I should ask myself, did you learn something from it? So I should say, yes, I learned something. But if I say, no, I didn't do anything, it means that I just wasted my time.
Yeah, I can relate to that. So when I came to the US in 2014, I actually didn't speak fluent English because I've never been to America before, and I panicked when I went to grocery store and I didn't know the name of the groceries. It was pretty terrifying because I thought, how am I going to graduate? Like computer science, maybe you don't need language as much as a lawyer. So I was really scared. And it took me a while to learn English. I think only after 2 years of working in English, I was able to learn it, and now I'm bilingual. But my first year at University of Southern California, where I studied law, I had to read law books in parallel with dictionaries, and it was pre-AI GPT. So I literally had 2 books in parallel. And when I was taking the bar exam, I literally didn't know some of the words because the bar exam here in the US works the way that they give you hypotheticals and they talk about common stuff. I don't know, lake, river, something is happening, moving. And I was like, okay, I know legal words, but these words, I don't know. I didn't grow up here. So what I had to do, we never like talk about that, but I don't know what is your, whether you have a meditation or mindfulness practice. What I did, I learned to be very present. So when I was reading the hypotheticals, I would actually feel what is happening, and my intuition got so strong after being very present for 2-3 weeks. It almost felt like magic that I know the right answers, and it was my trick passing the bar exam without knowing all of the words. If, for example, I didn't know the word table, I would be like, okay, there is computer on this thing and there is a bag and they're moving. I don't need to know the word table. But it was super, super hard for me. And I think as immigrants, we have to have those experiences in order to grow. So I'm also grateful for those experiences. Then I worked for federal judge for 6 months without any payment. Then I worked at my first jobs. Like my first job was an internship actually. And I was making $3,000 a month, $3,500 a month, something like that. And then I got a full-time job and everything. But I had to become humble, and you kind of have to start from scratch when you come here. I think it's a given, no matter who you are, what you are. In Russia, I was one of the youngest government officials. I already had my law degree. I was somebody with connections, and here I came, I didn't know a single person. I had to start from scratch, and nothing that you did there counts except for your skills and the qualities, and you have to do it again. So I really love your attitude, but you kind of avoided the question. I don't know, if you're not comfortable, we can skip it and we always can cut it. But is your family rich in India?
Like I wouldn't say rich, poor or something, but like I would say good enough that we can live properly. Like my fees here in United States, every single year is $70,000, and we don't have any loans or something. They are paying by themselves. So I would say if we are able to manage this, so I don't know, people consider this as rich or something, but yes, I'm good enough that he can sustain me and my brother in United States and also live happily in India.
Yeah. Nice. But they also can give you money. You don't have to work if you don't want to, right? Here. Or do you have to work in order to make money for, pocket money?
If I say you in real see, whatever work I do, I'm allowed to work 20 hours a week. And even if I work 20 hours a week, I cannot make more than $1,000 a month. and that would be $12,000 a year. So whatever I do, I cannot make $70,000 a year. As I mentioned before, I just do it to have like what we say, learn other skills, which we say in resume is soft skills. So that's the reason I do part-time job. I never run behind the money, and my motive is to just get past like soft skills. If I get the soft skills, that's the best thing I can do in my life.
Gotcha. And so now you want to get an internship or some software engineer role so you can learn soft skills, but also you will have at least some hard skills, and coding is important, especially now.
Correct. So coding is definitely important. The reason I want to get software engineer, one thing I've learned from my father, you never know when life will turn you where. So, like, hopefully by the God guess nothing happens. But if something happens, then if I have a degree, I have a learning, I have a skills, so I can use that skill to get something. But if I don't have anything, and I just get dependent on content creation, and my content creation doesn't get good, then I'm having nothing right now. So that's the reason one person, very big person, said to me, have seeds planted so that if one flower gets bloom, you have other seeds in the ready which can also become a flower. So that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to build multiple seeds and want to grow every single flower together.
I love it. And I think also your content becomes better because you're doing something, right? If you are not growing in your life, your content won't be interesting and you might have less value to provide. Right now, you're a student, so it's interesting to look how you're studying. If you were just sitting there saying, I'm a full-time creator, like, and what? What are you going to create a content about? And another thing, I also feel really grateful for my job experiences, although when I compare, like to some of the very young content creators who haven't done that, I was like, did I start too late? But I think it's never too late. Now I'm able to share legal tips for startups, entrepreneurs, investors, because I've lived that experience. And people, I think knowledge becomes more and more commodity. So what is important is sharing experiences. This is what we did. This is how it turned out. And so you can learn on those mistakes. So I think content creation for me, it's an opportunity to amplify the impact, to share the value that I have, but also show the journey. So for those who are thinking that, oh, like I'm not ready, not good enough, it's bullshit. Like, you're never late. You're never going to be ready, just start. And I think content for us is opportunity. Even like we're meeting right now because of the content. Like I met an incredible friend like yourself, and hopefully it's going to become like a lifelong friendship and journey because we put ourselves out there and started sharing the value. I got so much value from you. You're not sharing, practical tips or something like me, but you're sharing positive energy of authenticity, being yourself 100% and not being ashamed of where you come from, like embracing yourself fully. When I came first here, I was like a little ashamed. Oh, my accent, not perfect. Everything is not perfect, but I think no one is perfect. And that's the beautiful thing that we get to embrace. And I learned from you that I need to be even more myself, unhinged, unapologetically myself.
So here we are going to almost end the podcast because you just learned about me, Christine, who we are and what we do. So just to end, if you don't know me already, I am Shamak Agarwal. And I started my content creation 2 months before. I don't know when you're seeing this content. If you're seeing 2 years later, then I started 2 years before. And I'm a computer science student right now in Penn State University. And I came back from India. And it's a fun place to be. So I would say as a friend and a person you consider whatever, that enjoy your life. Don't think too much that who you are with, and have fun. Like people in my college as well, just study. But study is important. At the same point, you have to manage all the things together. Your fun, your activity, because memories is also important. After you graduate from the college, you should have a memory where you can resonate and say that I did something good in the college. Because learning you can do anywhere. but memories is more important. So be happy, be nice, and hopefully you get it. And by the way, I'm in Penn State University. You should go to Penn State because we are Penn State, and Penn State is the best university. So
And USC, University of Southern California.
USC, because she went to University of South Carolina. So you have to check both the things out. And also, I have a question for you. I don't know if you saw my content already or not. You didn't have any doubts on my content? Any questions on my content? One question everybody has from my content.
Yeah, I guess like, does Penn State sponsor support you? Because I think it's such a great marketing advertisement for them.
Penn State definitely supports me a lot. As a student, they try their best to help me out wherever they can. And even if they help me or not, I'm a Penn State student, and I proudly say that I'm a Penn State student because I get a lot of learning from there. And definitely want to see a lot more students inside Penn State in the future. And one question.
How much are they paying you? Tell me the number.
If I say you in real, I'm not getting anything paid from Penn State. Seriously, $0. I'm not joking.
Not even a discount for your tuition?
No, I'm not getting any discounts on my tuition.
Okay, Penn State, as his lawyer, I'm submitting a proposal that he at least should get some scholarship, because I think the amount of marketing, free marketing that you gave them, it's incredible. And I think, especially in the age of AI, traditional education becomes questionable, right? You're like, do I actually have to go? So yeah, consider giving him 20% off at least of his tuition, so his dad could save some money.
If you give me 100% scholarship, I would be more than happy. You guys know that I love scholarship, and if I save a lot of money, my dad would be happy. And then with that money, I can buy a house in New York. And whenever I'm coming here, instead of sleeping in the subway, I'm attaching the picture. You can see I can sleep in my house, and that's it. Before ending, let's just take a quick overview. One question I'm asking her, one question she can ask me. Is there anything else you want to ask me on my Instagram which you are surprised of or something?
Okay, how do you get all of the blonde girls?
Should I share it? I'm like, see, so I am being real, which I mentioned you guys. So that's the reason all the girls come to me. And I would say, if you also want to have more blonde girls, don't run behind the girls. Instead, try to be nice with them. A lot of you are not nice with the girl. So if you're nice with them, you can also get a hot girl, That's not a big problem. And also, one thing. What one thing you think I should know about you, which my audience or even your audience doesn't know about?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I share a lot of things on my Instagram that if you follow me, you actually can learn me pretty well, which is scary.
Mm-hmm. So you guys know everything. So here we are going to end the podcast. If you really like what we did, I'm going to get more guests in the channel. She specifically came from California to me to have this podcast. We made it possible because you guys are following and subscribing us. So if you subscribe this channel and share your thoughts in the comment, we would be able to bring many guests in the future and maybe the biggest people in the world. So subscribe, comment, and also check out my page, Shamak in USA, and Christina page. If you want to know anything about startup, law, or anything, she's the best person to help about. Check it out. See you. Bye.